This is a demonstrative review of Dreaming Sarah, where I talk about the game as I demonstrate how to play it. Let's go ahead and actually check out the options first in this one. So you got your full screen. I should say first, don't be alarmed over the fact that you can't hear anything from the game. There is no music or sound effects for menu choices on the title screen for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it is. But you can adjust, the regular levels and graphic settings. You do have some language options if you so choose to play in another language. And then your controls, which are pretty basic, nothing too crazy. This game is a sort of adventure, 2D platformer adventure game, but we'll get into it. It's a little bit of a strange game. Let's go ahead and hit continue here, because it's not gonna throw us off too different versus playing a new game. But this little intro here plays every time you start the game up. I think it would be neat if this music was actually playing on the title screen, I think it would be good, because once you push something, this level music starts playing. But anyway, yeah, so as I said, this is a 2D platformer adventure sort of exploration game. You've got your basic jump, and you can climb stuff. However, you don't have like a double jump, you don't have any sort of variable height jump. You just have the same height whether you hold the button down or just tap it. So the emphasis of this game is not on platforming, but in the exploration of the narrative per se. You can swim. You cannot jump out of the water here, but once you get to a ledge, you can. So as you go around exploring the area, there are some people, but they don't usually have too much to say. Like this guy just says, this plant is weird. Yes, it is. But you do get some items that you can find. One of which are, you can choose from these items as usable. This top one here is an umbrella, which gives you an extra float on your jumps. And you can control how you go down. So that is necessary for some platforming sections. There is no what's called coyote time, where you can jump just after the ledge. Usually that's done for precision, or rather to accommodate for not needing so much precision from the player, because sometimes it feels like you're pressing the button just as you go to the edge of the platform, but it doesn't actually go off at that time. So you'll find yourself just sort of falling off the ledge holding your umbrella rather than jumping, because I'm trying to get to like the very edge of the platform and jump, but it just doesn't register because I'm like a second or a millisecond too late. Anyway, there are a lot of strange things to interact with. For example, this is your pause menu. There are some items that you get, such as the umbrella. But this seed satchel is something that you get, where once you get it, you can plant these seeds here and then use your umbrella to go up this little draft spot. I'm not even sure why this happens. Like, I don't know what's coming out of there. Like, what is that? I don't know. But it creates this updraft so you can climb up and go to other places. But there are other items like this hat, which you just get and you give to this kid who lost his hat. It still shows up in your inventory as that you got it. In fact, that's what all these items down here at the bottom are, is just items that you use within the story to progress it or do other stuff. These 8 items up here, however, are usable ones. They show up in this menu here. And another one that you get is like this magnifying glass, which makes you tiny, so you can go through small areas. Another one you get is this paint can, which just changes your color. Oh, it's very not different. You go back to red and then you change to a random color. There you go. That's different. Back to red, random color. So if we look here, I go through like this random mirror, and I'm in this desert. And if I just keep going to the right over here, it'll just be a repeated screen. It'll just keep going in this direction. But if I go back now, there's going to be a well at the top of this little hill. And then inside here, I go inside and there's like a cave here. And there's this guy. He's looking for valuable treasure. He doesn't find anything. I don't know. He's just here doing his thing. You can, I guess you can die in this, sort of. But if you fall into lava or something, you just restart on the exact same screen. You don't have like any health. You don't have any combat abilities. There are no enemies for you to fight. Just obstacles. I do like the soundtrack here. I do think the soundtrack is pretty good. Another item that you get is this compass, which it's spinning right now because there's nothing here to find. But it will like point you in a direction to go find something interesting, or rather maybe a key item for like the game or something. These glasses here, I should show that in another area. Let's go ahead and show off the magnifying glasses is used for getting through small areas. See, I can't like get through there. I can't crawl or anything. So I use a magnifying glass and I can pop right through. But there are like a bunch of strange areas included in here. So for example, I come in here and there's like this static TV. Oh, my reflection is still my red shirt. That's funny. There's a static TV, and inside here there's this very strange area where everything's kind of messy looking. And if I fall down here, it's sort of like a bombless pit, but it just loops back at the top of the screen. So yeah, there's some weird places around here. What you're really trying to find out is what, well, I guess you're not trying to find out per se through the game, but the game does sort of reveal to you what the story is as to why the game is called Dreaming Sarah. You can guess right away that this is a dream world. But you're trying to figure out, why are you dreaming? Or at least maybe you're not trying to actively find out, but you do find out more about yourself as you play through the game. I can't even say like as the game progresses, because it's sort of open-ended where you can do things in different order. I guess there's an optimal path to get things done as quickly as possible, but that's just completely optional. Where was I going to go? I was going to show off that one item. Let's go ahead. So this is an item. This is called a pill or something. If you use it, then you go to the beginning here. And interesting enough, this game does have some glitches in it. So if I were to say use the pill and hold left, I stay in this position, and I can stop and I can go left again, and my image doesn't change. I can go next screen, and my image doesn't change. But if I were to jump or crouch or even turn right, then, it all resets, goes back to normal. Also, if I'm in my items menu and I'm looking at something, I just press my menu button again, then all that just stays on screen. It's kind of weird. But other than that, oh yeah, and a major nitpick for me, but it is just a nitpick, is if I just tap my inventory item, the umbrella is the default thing it selects. So if I just tap it, then my umbrella is unequipped. I don't even see why that's an option, per se. Like, why would you ever want to unequip your umbrella? Because if it ever just gets unequipped, I'm expecting it to come out and it doesn't come out, and that's just a problem sometimes in platforming. But let me go ahead and get over here. Oh yeah, there are these like benches around the place where you can just sit and do nothing, and it does nothing, but it's just an option. I do like the soundtrack to the game. The soundtrack is pretty good. And it comes free with the game on Steam, is that you just get the soundtrack with it, which is nice. It's very relaxing kind of music. Again, here was this. I'm going to go to the haunted house. That's where I'm headed. There's that sand mirror. Oh, I can't even go this way. Let's go ahead and jump back. There was a point in the game where I got stuck and I had to quit. I did not have the pill item, and I did not have the shrinky item, the magnifying glass, so I couldn't get out of a room which required... I couldn't even find a way out, and I couldn't complete my task without the magnifying glass. And so yeah, that was disappointing. I just had to restart. I mean, my file wasn't destroyed or anything, because every time you boot up the game, you start at that beginning spot again. Here we go. I'm going to take this house shortcut to the haunted house. I do want to say, I guess a small warning. There's some minor graphic and creepy stuff in this game. So that is in this game. It's not too serious, but it is there, just a little bit. But yeah, this haunted house per se does have like a ghost guy. This has nothing to do with the creepy stuff. This guy's not creepy at all. But yeah, just to show you that this is like a haunted mansion, that he's already dead, this guy. And for some reason his coin flipping animation just stops after you talk to him. I don't know what's up with that. So this game does like a little bit of polish. Oh yeah, so I wanted to show off the glasses. So if you have the glasses on, then invisible objects become visible. So look at that, my umbrella is not out, and I thought it was. Oops. Still not out. There we go, now it's out. And I put on the glasses, I can stand on stuff. But also, as you saw, if you don't have the glasses out yet, then, you know, stuff is invisible and you can't even collide with it or stand on it or anything like that. The compass, again, would show you where stuff is, but I already got everything here, so there's nothing to show. I don't want to talk about this or this, because, I don't know, sort of spoilers? Not really. But yeah, there's that. Again, I do like the music. This is pretty good. But yeah, it's got some platforming. Why is the screen weird? Why is it all shaky when I move? It's so weird. So I sort of recommend the game. I mean, I enjoyed my time playing through it. There was a point where I got stuck and sort of had to use a guide because I had no idea where to go. And then I sort of looked at the guide from time to time after that just to see, like, stuff, you know, if I was a little bit stuck. I didn't want to, what I thought was just, like, going around doing nothing, because I felt like I'd explored most places at that point. But yeah, it did give me that feeling of I got stuck at one point and I had no idea what to do. But it was a good experience. There is a sequel in the works. The Steam page has it mentioned in a video for a trailer, and I'm like interested in seeing that game get completed. Nothing has been said on the page for over a year, so I don't know if it's still happening. But as far as determining whether or not I recommend this game, it's like I do, but I don't, because it is a very short game. Oh, lava's gonna rise here. It is a very short game. Again, it only took me like 2 hours to beat. But that was after I had, gotten lost for a little bit and eventually switched over to using the guide. But I still enjoyed playing the game. The emergent narrative was interesting. And again, I think the visuals are pretty nice. I like the pixel graphic artwork. And animations are nice. The music's nice. It is a little buggy in some spots, I guess. I've already mentioned it. But yeah, if the game looks interesting to you, go for it. But if not interesting to you, then it's probably not gonna do it for you. But if you have any other questions, you go ahead and ask in the comments below, and I'll answer them for you. I'm just going in circles now. But that's pretty much it. You can save everywhere you want. But yeah. Like I said, if you have any questions, ask in the comments. If there's anything I think I missed. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.